At Watermark Key, it's more to us. It's personal.
Who says you have to wear dark colored clothes in the winter? Certainly not Rebekah Latham from the House of Colors. She's brought her bright and happy self back our way this morning. We're kind of twinning it a little bit with our color scheme. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
So, okay, I was going to tell you a story off camera, but you said no, save it. So I'll tell you. So I gave myself a Christmas present this year, and I put a little bit of money aside, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go shop between Christmas and New Year's. Everything's cheap.
Oh yeah, the after Christmas sales. Oh yeah, they're my favorite.
So I went to this store that I don't do well with big stores. I do better with smaller stores.
Yep.
So I went in this little small store where I used to go all the time and just hadn't gone. And anyway, I walked away. I felt like Marlo Thomas and that girl walking out with all of my stuff. It was so fun. But when I got home, I had to laugh because you had done that like style analysis on me one time.
Yeah.
Where you had said like, I like clothes that have a little bit of just a
feminine detail.
And I did. They would either have a little puff sleeve or a little button. All of the things had that little detail.
Yeah.
Rebekah knows what she's talking about.
I like to think so. I'm a little bit of a style whisperer. Yeah, and what I want to talk today about is new year, but same you. But with the House of Color tools, you can actually just elevate your wardrobe so simply and easily and not have to do all these things that we think we need to do in the new year.
It really is that, though, that you do. I have a couple of people, friends of mine, who have friends who've come to you.
Yeah.
And they're different. All the friends are different, not like one type of person.
Right. Yep.
And they all talk about what you've taught them.
Aw,
it really is everyday application.
It is, and it's really just tools and knowledge. You know, once you learn this, you can repeat this. So for example, for me, so this is one of my best colors. It's burgundy.
So cute.
And if you see, it's got a lot of detail. So it's really got some personality. You got like the buttons here. And oftentimes, what I would wear before my style analysis is something more like this because it's a little more kind of business casual. But if you put me in this sweater, oops, gonna tear my microphone off. Well, one, it's not great for my body shape, and it's so boring. Like I just went, no.
Yeah, all of your oomph went away.
All my oomph went away. But on some people that have a more classic personality, this is gonna look really good, but you almost wanna put more things on me. You're like, kind of looks just blah.
Yeah. I mean that, and it's not that looks bad.
It's okay.
Not.
It's okay, but it's not. And I was playing with this in my closet. Let's see if it'll work on camera. Where I did
You're
one
such
side
a
and
good
one side.
sport.
Oh yeah, well, you know, anything for the bit. But just looking like this has so much more structure for me, more power.
Yeah.
I show up, and then here it's like, wah, wah,
right.
Like it's too blah. And so if you feel within your wardrobe, if you've been feeling blah, I'll have a lot of clients come in and say, oh, I feel really faded. Or my wardrobe's just kind of there. This is a way to give you the tools to get out of that. And with color analysis, sometimes what's fascinating is they feel faded because they're wearing colors that literally make them faded. And so you're like, oh, well, that's an easy fix. You're wearing these colors that aren't enhancing your skin tone.
Right. It's also really subtle.
Oh, absolutely.
There was a time, maybe it was in December when you were on, and you had brought, was it makeup? I don't remember what it was that you brought. Yeah.
Probably makeup.
You had done your face.
I love my half and half.
Yeah, she was a two-face.
Yeah.
And it was really fairly subtle until you pointed it out, and then you couldn't help but notice.
Then you can't help but notice, and we are always looking at ourselves in the mirror so much. Like you're very familiar with all of the ins and outs of your face, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at you, I don't see it, but oftentimes whatever you're seeing in the mirror is the story you're going to tell yourself. So even that subtle change to the normal eye, to your eye, which is so used to studying your face, will really make a difference. And so that's been really fun to see when clients start wearing the correct blush or the best lipstick, then they're like, oh, I really do feel better. And then their loved ones start noticing. So yeah, on the street, someone might not be able to differentiate the difference and be like, oh, look at you. But you will notice it.
But you will notice it. Okay, you brought 2 other blouses with you.
I did, yeah. I brought 2 more blouses. So, you know, in addition to color, we look at style analysis, and that's going to be fit and kind of what I call composition of clothes. So this shirt, it's lovely. It's got a lot of ruffles. It's got lines, and it's a very small, tiny pattern.
That's like Laura Ashley.
Oh gosh, yeah, it is like Laura Ashley. But this one is going to fit me better.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's much more large scale. I just look at home in this, where this I look very uncomfortable, like I'm kind of wearing a costume. And so that's something we'll look at as well, is are you a person that really looks good in the small detail? This has lines. My body's pretty rounded, so I don't look great with lines. If you try to put lines on me, they start to squiggle. Just how my body's shaped. And so just even knowing this, I can go in a store, and if I see this smaller detailed pattern plus a ruffle, ooh, I'm like, no, I can pass it by. So like for your shopping experience, you'd still have loads of things, but when you got them in your closet and you got them home, you know you're going to wear them.
I also promised myself when I did this, because I had learned from you, that I was not going to buy anything that wasn't my color.
Oh, I love it.
It was great.
Absolutely.
It was so fun.
Well, and that gives you more mix and matchability. So if I were to try to wear this gray with this really intense color, it doesn't work. So my outfits tend to be siloed in that sense. You know, you have this skirt that goes with this shirt and this pant with this shirt. But I can mix and match everything in my wardrobe.
You know what happened, don't you? Is because I've seen those earrings before, because you've worn them before.
I love my earrings.
So they work great with your burgundy. But when you put that blouse on, it's the same again.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So everything is usable.
Everything is usable. Everything mixes and matches. So like I hadn't put these duck egg pants with this burgundy top.
It looks great.
I put on, I was like, oh, look at that. So it really makes it fun, especially if in the new year you're trying to have a more sustainable wardrobe. You know, a lot of people will go on no buy Januaries or try not to buy and only shop their closet. It allows you to shop your closet, and it's actually fun because you're like, oh, look, this worked today. Look
But you can't shop your closet if your closet is not filled with the right colors for you, right? And including, you did one segment once where you brought jeans in and you talked about having the right color pant.
Well, you can. It's just going to be a lot harder. I can literally walk in my closet with a blindfold on and pick 3 things, and the colors will work together. So I'm always going to have something that works. Now, composition-wise, if I picked a tank top and like low-rise jeans, yeah, I'm not going to mix that.
Sure.
But color-wise, it'll always work, and so I'm not having to be as creative. And like you talked about, you know, you walked into these big box stores and there's so many decisions, right?
Yeah,
it's too much. Same thing with your wardrobe. We don't realize, but even if we have stuff in our closet we're not wearing, yes, we're not actively filtering it in our brain, but our subconscious is. So even though we're not actively going, not that, our brain is processing that information, which increases our mental load. So I go in my closet and it's all that. I'm like, yeah, I can wear anything in here.
Yeah, the mornings are happy now.
Yeah, exactly.
If people come to you, when people come to you, can they come with a friend?
Absolutely.
Is that fun?
I love friend appointments because here's what's fun. So if you sit in my chair and I'm doing your colors, yes, you are seeing the effects, but you're also criticizing yourself, like you're going through your closet. There's so many thoughts we have in our head when we look at ourselves in a mirror with no makeup, because we do color analysis with no makeup on. But if you sit in the chair and watch, you're just seeing your beautiful friend. And so you really get to learn a little bit more and see the power of color analysis when you go with a friend. And it's just a fun day. It's kind of like a dress-up day. Like we play dress-up. We get you in your best colors, we put your makeup on. It's everything I loved about being in a sorority and getting ready for a party. It just is. Yep. So I'm the fairy godmother. This is just fun.
I love it. I love it. Something else you taught me, all these little nuggets I remember, is if you happen to need a new robe, or you just want a justification to go buy a new robe, she's your justification, because you have no makeup on. So your robe should be in your color wheel, and that way you look vibrant.
Yep. Little life hack.
Well, I think that for Valentine's Day, that's what people should do. Book a girlfriend date.
Yeah.
But you do men.
Oh yeah, I did this past weekend 2 couples. It was so fun.
Really?
Yeah. Date.
Oh, okay, now you're getting me thinking. Here's where you'll find her, House of Color on Manufacturers Road. houseofcolor.com, put a U in color. Her phone number is 770-317-3091. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You look vibrant.
Like I know something.
I'm Jonathan Law.